Welcome students, myself Mehboob Pasha, and today in this session we will continue with the numericals of motion chapter. Look at the ninth question students. Look at the ninth question. State which of the following situations are possible and give an example for each of these. Okay, so what we need to state? So here they have given some statements and we need to true or say that whether these statements are true or false, or we need to say that whether these statements are possible or not. So the first statement is students, ninth A, an object with a constant acceleration but with the zero velocity. So is this thing is possible? An object is having a constant acceleration but velocity is zero. So is it possible students? So let us check. Next, look at the second one students. An object moving in a certain direction with an acceleration in the perpendicular direction. So here what is the statement is it possible that the object is moving in a certain direction and the acceleration of that object must be perpendicular to the direction of motion of the object. So let us check the first one students. So what they are given, the object is moving with a constant acceleration, the object is moving with a constant acceleration and the velocity is zero. Whether this thing is possible or not, that we need to tell. So students just think, is there any such examples? So here I'll tell you, it is possible. It is possible. Why? Because so if this is a object, okay. So if I throw upward, if I throw this object upward, so it will go upward. No, it will go up. It will go upward. So here at a particular point, when it will reach a height at a particular point, when I throw the object and it will reach at a particular point, and that from there it will fall down. From there it will fall down. So the object will not go as usual upward. Okay. So here when you throw the object towards up in upward direction, the object will stop at a point. So at that point the velocity of the object is zero. The velocity of the object is zero. But we know that earth exerts force on us now. We know that earth exerts force on us now. So what is that force is called as gravitation. Okay. So when you are thrown the object upward, so it will stop at a point. At that point, okay, so its velocity will be zero, but acceleration due to gravity, okay, but the acceleration due to gravity will be acting on that object. As you know that earth is having gravitational force, okay, so earth will exert force on each and every object. On not only this example students, so look at here there's a building, okay, so here there's a building. So you are standing here, you are just standing here. Here there's a building and you are just standing here. You are not moving, no? You are not moving, you are just standing. So what is your velocity then? You are standing on a building, you are not moving. Okay. So what is your velocity then? You are at rest, no? Your body is at rest. It means that you don't have any velocity. So you don't have any velocity. It means that your velocity, that is u or v is zero. You are not having any velocity, no? So you are standing on a building, you are not moving. So at that time your velocity will be zero. Either it may be u or v. But students, this building on an earth, no? This building is on what? It is on earth. This building is on earth. So here earth is having gravitational force. Okay, so here also the gravitational force of the earth will exert force on you in a downward direction. Okay, so in a downward direction. So here also as your velocity is zero, okay, so here also in this case also as your velocity is zero, but the acceleration will be acting on your body. So here your velocity is zero, but you are standing on a building. Okay, so you are not moving. At that time u is also zero, v is also zero. That is your velocity is zero. But this building is on earth. So here the earth will be exerting a force on you, that is the gravitational force or the acceleration due to gravity will be acting on you. This is also an example of that the first statement, that is whenever it is not necessary that if the velocity is zero, acceleration should be zero. It is not necessary that if velocity is zero, acceleration must also be zero. It is not necessary that we are all standing on the earth. Okay, so here also I'm standing. I'm not moving. Okay, I'm not moving, but the acceleration is acting on my body. The acceleration due to gravity is acting on my body. Okay, so this statement is possible. As I told you, yes, it is possible. This statement is possible. Okay, so when the example is when a body is thrown upward, at highest point its velocity is zero. At highest points its velocity is zero, but it has acceleration equal to acceleration due to gravity. Now students will see the second, that is an object is moving in certain direction and the acceleration of the object must be perpendicular to its direction. So students, you have seen that whenever a stone is tied to a thread, and when you start rotating the thread, when you start rotating the stone with the help of thread, and when you leave the thread, so at that time the stone will not rotate, it will move in a direction perpendicular to that of the motion. Okay, so when you leave the thread, what happens? So when you start rotating the stone with the help of thread, at some point, at any point, if you leave the thread, then what happens? The stone will not rotate. Instead, the stone will move in a perpendicular direction to that point. Okay, so this is the example of the second. This is example for second statement. Okay, students, look at here. So this is an example for second statement. Okay, so what is the second statement? Means whenever an object is moving in a direction, at that time the acceleration of the object must be perpendicular to its direction. Yes, it is possible. So here's the example. Stone is tied to a thread and moved in a circular path. So a stone is tied to a thread, and when it is moved in circular path, okay, so when it is moved in circular path, so when the thread is released, okay, so the stone is tied to a thread and moved in a circular path. When the thread is released, then the stone will move in perpendicular direction. When the thread is released, the stone will move in a perpendicular direction at a point of motion. Okay, so the stone will not move in a circular path when the thread is released. So what happens? When you release the thread, the stone will move in a direction perpendicular to that of its motion. Okay, students, let us solve 10th problem. Okay, so look at the 10th problem. An artificial satellite is moving in a circular orbit of radius 4250 kilometer. Calculate its speed if it takes 24 hours to revolve around the earth. So what is given? So here there is an artificial satellite which is revolving around the earth in a circular orbit of radius 42,250 kilometer, and it will take 24 hours to revolve around the earth. So look at here students, what they have given? They have given radius as 42,250 kilometer and time taken is how much? 24 hours, and we need to find the speed. So speed is represented by v. So here we have a formula. Whenever any object is revolving in a circular path, then the speed of the object can be calculated using the formula 2 pi r by t. Okay, 2 pi r by t. So here 2 into, we will take pi value as 3.14 into r is how much? 42,250 kilometers. Okay, so now time taken is how much? 24 hours. Time taken is 24 hours. Students, you can find the speed. You can find the speed in kilometer per hour or kilometer per second or meter per second. So if you want to find the speed of the satellite in kilometer per hour, then you need to divide this value by 24. If you want to find the speed of the object in meter per second, then you need to convert this kilometer into meter and this hours into seconds. And if you want to find the speed of the satellite in kilometer per second, if you want to find the speed of the satellite in kilometer per second, then you need to divide this value and convert. Okay, so it's what you need to do. If you want to find the speed of the satellite in kilometer per second, then you need to convert this 24 hours into second. You need to convert this 24 hours into seconds. So how to convert? Okay, so 24 hours there. So how to convert 24 hours is there? Okay, so here 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes and 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. So 24 hours is there, no? 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes, 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. So now look at here, 0, 0 gets cancelled. Okay, next 2 1s are 2, 12s are 2 1s are 2 12s are 2 6s are 12, 2 1s are 2, point it will become 11, 2 5s are 10, 1 carry it will become 7. And what is here? We'll divide this by 5. Okay, so now 5 1s are 5, 1 2 remain, 5 1s are 5, 1 remain, it will become 10, 5 2s are 10, and this will 5 8s are 40, 2 remains, it will become 22, 5 4s are 20, again 2 remains, it will become 25, 5 5s are 25. So when you divide 1.57 into 845 divided by 6 into 12 into 6, okay, when you solve this you will get 3.07 kilometer per second. Okay, so as we have taken this distance in kilometers and time in seconds, the speed will be 3.07 kilometer per second. Okay, so what's this? What is meant by this? It is meant that the speed of the satellite which is revolving in a circular orbit around the earth is how much? 3.07 kilometer per second. Okay, the speed of the satellite is how much? 3.07 kilometer per second.